up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Are these cute? Are these okay? I can't cope with it because the way they lean. See, they lean, but they're good because they don't get the light. And I know y'all are distracted by the light. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, these are cute though. I love these frames, baby. Yes, come on, bitch. All right, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, honey. I've been running my mouth trying to see what was going on on the blogs. I was like, let me get our stories together. But the first story I saw, I didn't even have a chance to. I'm gonna change these glasses. Where are the other ones? Yeah, this is better because I know the light distracts y'all. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. Release him back to the community. And the shirt underneath is from the Read. It says break up with him with an image of Andre Rison's house burned to the ground. Girl, break up with him. Okay. Release him back to the community. This is Rodney the Voice. This is his merch. Go support him, honey. We love it. I love it. I can't wait. I just put it on this morning. I can't wait to wear it in public. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by, honey. Let's see. It says social media reacts to Saweetie seemingly shading Quavo in the new song. If she's talking about Quavo, bad timing. A sneak peek at Saweetie's upcoming single, Don't Say Nothing, has people convinced she's talking about her ex, Quavo. And some say the timing couldn't have been any worse. While Quavo himself has made it no secret to speak on the relationship downfall in his music, people have sounded off on Twitter after hearing a teaser of Saweetie's new song, and the lyrics make it pretty obvious who she's talking about. That's what I get for kissing on these frogs. He got mad and told my business to the blogs, Saweetie raps. Said he was a boss, but he talking like a groupie. I know he wasn't ready for this pretty bitch coochie. Come on, bitch. Come on, pretty bitch coochie. Coochie is such a fun word, and so is pussy. Y'all already know how I feel about pussy. Pussy. Oh, we're just looking for a cat. Shout out to Boomerang. Y'all know where that's from. All right, so she said, what else did she say? The reactions on Twitter have been divided, with some saying Saweetie should have delayed the release given the recent tragedy with Takeoff's passing earlier this month. I'm sorry, what? Who? I'm sorry. Did I just read that right? Because I just opened it, right? Did I read that correctly? Let me put my damn glasses on again. It said, the reactions on Twitter have been divided, with some saying that Saweetie, girl, should have delayed the release given the recent tragedy. What that got to do with her? Girl, what? Y'all crazy as hell. I love Saweetie down, but now is not the time. Quavo is grieving, ma'am. Girl, what the fuck does that have to do, y'all? I'm sorry. Is that insensitive? Because what the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does her project, her life, her story, her rapping about her life have anything to do with Quavo and Takeoff? She's supposed to be like, oh my God, he's grieving. I can't put out a song about how he was in my life. And you don't even know who she's talking about. Girl, y'all are so stupid. Sorry, not y'all, but y'all. Not y'all, but y'all. I need to sit right. Hold on. Let me sit like I got some sense. Okay. So what else is going on? So what I was talking about, I was trying to look up what was going on the blogs, but I got sidetracked by BlueFace and the reason why he has been charged with attempted murder. Girl, wait, let me look at the rest of these. I love Saweetie down, but now's not the time. How is she weird for defending her name? Yeah, it's a tragic time for Quavo, right? But you can't tell a person how low to go when they already went low. The fuck, Sweetie, release your song. I know that's right. If Sweetie want to drag Quavo, she can. Nobody cared about her mental and healing process when they dragged her. Thank you. Thank you very much. If she's talking about Quavo, bad timing, girl. So Sweetie should shut up and be humiliated. She's addressing Quavo, not Takeoff. Exactly. Like, girl, you're so crazy. And it's usually, let me see, who said that? Oh, it was a woman. I love Sweetie down, but it's not the time. Quavo is grieving. Girl, y'all be giving these niggas too much. Too much. But he could talk about her, so she needs to postpone some shit. Girl, this is my life. And my life keeps going. I don't this is it. Like literally people's lives keep going. People's lives keep going. Like everybody's life is going right now. Girl, let me go. So let me talk about Blueface, and the reason why he was charged with attempted murder. Okay. It says truth hurts. Blueface reportedly facing attempted murder charge because he was upset. Victim called him out for trying to talk to girls in a cheap car. Woo, the fragility. Neighbors, this is from Neighborhood Talk. Neighbors, it looks like Blueface is facing an attempted murder charge because he couldn't handle a little joke. Well, I tell y'all, it's girl. According to TMZ, the victim stated that Blueface was trying to talk to girls in a cheap vehicle. Yes, Krishan, you read that right. He was trying to talk to other girls. In parentheses, girl, y'all are messy because the other day there was a news report that referred to Krishan as his fiance and saying his fiance was in court with him. And everybody in the comments was like, oh my God, Krishan is going to be so happy that the judge or the news reporter referred to her as his fiance. And girl, then I saw this today. So wait, so then the victim was punched by Blue's crew multiple times. Court docs say the man then attempted to leave in his truck and told cops Blueface crew might have thought he was going to get a gun, leading Blueface allegedly firing shots at the man's truck as he fled. And my comment, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to say this because I've been saying this from the beginning about Blueface, from the very beginning about him. I told y'all he was touched. So is Krishan. Do y'all remember that show? I think it was on it had to be on A&E. It's either on A&E, I think it's on A&E, where the people were in relationships, but they were all on the spectrum. I'm not laughing. I don't think it's a joke. I'm not saying it to be funny. I know y'all can't tell when I'm being funny or not, or trying to be funny or trying to crack a joke, but I am dead serious. I've been saying from the beginning that Blueface, if you go watch my old videos, he's another one like Travis Scott. They'd be like this. Girl, what's going on? What's going on? Krishan is another one. I said Krishan and him are on the spectrum. I swear to God, if you go test them, I'm sure they are. And they're just in a different element. It looks different, and the drugs and the alcohol and the fast life and the YOLO and all that stuff are contributing factors. But I think both of them, something ain't right. It's snapping. They on the spectrum. I actually feel that we're all on the spectrum. If you really want to get into it, we all. I mean, it's a spectrum. We're all somewhere in there, right? But I believe that they're either on this side or this side, or a lot on this side, a lot on this side. I don't know. But that's how I feel about Krishan and Blueface. Are you telling me that you thought that this is the mentality? Listen to this. You're trying to talk to girls in a car. Fine. That's normal behavior. The guy tells you, hey man, you trying to talk to them girls in that cheap ass car, nigga? And y'all get upset and go fight him, try to punch him up or whatever. Why? What? What are you offended by? What are you offended by? Because the girls had a raggedy car or a cheap car? Oh, is that just proof that y'all just talk to anybody? Anybody walking with a hole can get talked to? That's what I be trying to tell y'all. Is this thing on? Yes, it is. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't listen. So then after he leaves and he's like, okay, I don't want to get beat up anymore. I'm out of here. These Negroes are off. They're rockers. So he goes to his car, and as he's leaving and passing by, well, to me it looked like he was trying to pull a Suge Knight and run up. Did you see the way the truck went up? So I was like, is he trying to run them over? What was he trying to do? Because if that was the case, then you're just as crazy. Why is something so simple cause for death? I don't understand it. I don't understand that. The only thing that I can say is these people are in survival mode. They're in survival mode. This is the life that with all the money, with all the cameras, with all the things, you got cameras on you all the time and you're still moving like this. Like I really think they believe they're in a video game or a music video or a movie. It is their movie and they're the main character. They are. And it's survival mode. It's like death. It's like risky behavior. It's just like, and then you think about them, what they look like and how they're moving through the world. And when you talk to them, what they say, like he's sitting there in the court looking like something ain't right. I'm telling y'all. And then when you hear the reason, this is the reason why you want to shoot somebody because they said you was talking to girls in an ugly car or a cheap car. What is offensive about that? I wonder what triggered him to think like, well, that guy's leaving now, so he must be going to get a gun to kill me. So because I punched him, that's another part of it. They know like we can fight and then somebody is going to go get a gun. Because I don't know what that's I don't know what that's there's something. I'm sorry. I believe that there's something not it has to be of the brain has to be in survival mode. I don't know what it looks like. That is just a theory. That is like what is something is not right. And when you're in survival mode, you move like anything is going to trigger you. You go from 0 to 100 and in your mind that person has to be eliminated because you're in survival mode and whatever you did to me is looked at as a compromise on my life or something like I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And that's the only thing that I can attribute it to, that behavior. And it's just like the way they move around here. And then that's what's crazy because off the story of Shanquilla Robinson, the way they were, the girl grabbed her by her hair and swung her around. And then like Krishan and Blueface, I said it. One of them is going to accidentally kill each other. It's going to be an accident, but they're going to be in one of their drunken nights and abusive, and they think that shit because that sector and that group of culture is being rewarded via the blogs. And so this looks like fame to them. This looks like your 15 minutes. Like literally Andy Warhol would be like, I said it. That's what Andy Warhol's like. I told you. I told you. Everybody wants their 15 minutes. And thanks to social media, listen, every person literally can become their own fucking channel and their own show, and people are going to watch, right? So you like wondering like, why the hell are people watching shit on Zeus? That's the mind frame that they're in. That is a very low vibrational channel. The frequencies, like literally, and that's not shade, but it is literally programming and frequencies coming out of your monitors and your devices. So the frequency of those emissions is low. Survival, fighting, sex, just all of these things that are just extremely out of balance, extremely out of balance. And then you turn around and call on Jesus. That's the crazy part. That is the crazy part for me. But that tells you that you believe that all of this, I could do all of this, I can do all of this shit, and all I got to do is be like, in Jesus' name, girl. And then everybody would be like, oh, let's pray for them. Let's get them. And she's like, I want to get back. What is she saying? I'm going to wait for you and all this other stuff. Like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. And for me, I just feel like it's something, a mode that you're in. If you like use the analogy of a video game, you can really like, all of this shit is like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All of this shit is like that. All of this shit is like that. These folks think this is a video game. They think, and then when they shoot people, they don't stay around to see the results of what they did. In a video game, it doesn't really, there's a disassociation, all that just shooting. There's a desensitization for shooting, but you don't stay around to see the person, the effects of what you did. So you can disassociate. You think it's a video game. You think all of this is a game. It is a game, but it's like you think it's a game. And you're going to end up in jail, bro. You're going to end up in jail. Attempted murder. And then for what? What are you defending? Your manhood? Like, that's why the conversation needs to be, the way y'all define manhood is so violent and dangerous. It's harming. Y'all are harming each other. Y'all are harming women, children, LGBTQ, animals, everybody. The earth, everybody. The mother. Like, you're just out of control. It's crazy. It is so crazy. And like, what are you like? And then all the shit you've done, you are going to jail for attempted red rum because a dude said that you were talking to some girls in a cheap car. Y'all better figure out how to redefine what masculinity and manhood looks like. So it's not so easy for somebody to just be like this and snap it in half. And then you, with your dysregulated emotions, go from 0 to 100 to thinking like, oh my God, this person is going to kill me. What? How do you go from that to that over that? Like, I could see you thinking somebody's going to kill you if you were in Mexico and killed somebody's daughter. I can see you thinking somebody was going to kill you, right? I could see you being in survival mode. But why are you in survival mode over somebody saying you was talking to girls in a cheap car? To the fact where you think you need to shoot at somebody, and the results of shooting somebody could be them dead? Like, girl. And now you going to jail for that. What you in here for? What you gonna say? You better think of something good. You better think of something good, honey. BlueFace. Girl, it's a mess. It's a mess. That is a mess. Let's see what else. Let's see what's on the Jasmine brand. Girl, it's a mess. Keke Palmer revealed she felt trapped as a Nickelodeon child actor. Keke Palmer told Hollywood Reporter that she felt trapped when starring in the Nickelodeon sitcom True Jackson VP. Palmer snagged the lead role on the sitcom when she was 15 years old. The actress said her lowest moment occurred during a 7-day Nickelodeon cruise. I felt like I was walking around in a SpongeBob suit that I couldn't take off. I was trapped. I couldn't leave my room without someone coming up to me calling me True Jackson. What you are to everyone is just a character, just part of their experience. I'm telling you, it's been a windy road of trying to figure out how to do what I love, but also exist outside of this caricature. Yeah, because you will get stuck in their persona. That's why it's so important to be authentic in how you express yourself. And it does take folks a while, because we do live in a society where there's a lot of like group think, right? There's a kind of like herd type of mentality, trends and stuff like that. And if you're not your authentic self, you can develop a persona. I feel like that's what a lot of narcissists do. They develop a persona because their true self is this battered child, right? But they have to put on a mask and they become that person. And so many people do that. These content creators and influencers and stuff like that, what they're showing you is a slightly animated or over exaggeration of them, of a personality, And sometimes when you meet these people in real life, they're very shy and they're very reserved and have a lot of social anxieties. And so when they get around people, you're like, why aren't you this person that you are when we see you on the damn screen? And you're like, that's not me. But it's important. But I think it's hard for actors, because if you play a role over and over and over and over, you get stuck in that role. That's why so many people don't like Gabrielle Union. Girl, we think that you're that girl because you do the same role over and over and over again. No shade. It's true. And so you get kind of, what do they call it, typecast. And then the people don't see you. So when you go out on the street, they're expecting you to perform, and what is like child actors who have like phrases that they say, and then they want you to, like, people do it to me. Like, I was thinking about that the other day. People do it to me. They used to do it to me. Y'all used to do it to me. Y'all would get and be like, say, come on, bitch. And I'm like, that's just me. That's not a saying. That's not a saying, right? That's how I talk. And I cannot say it to just be like, come on, bitch. I'm like, it doesn't flow. It has to come out naturally. So I think a lot of people, like, I think I watch the chat and I be looking at people and be like, do this. And y'all be like, do this to the person talking. And I'm like, what? Like, are you really asking somebody to do something that you enjoy? You enjoy it when you see it, but it comes naturally. And what you want to do you want them to perform for you immediately. And that's the part that's so fucking crazy. And it's, you think that this person is a character because you're watching them. It kind of dehumanizes the person, right? Because you're watching them, you have this barrier. And I feel like actors like that who get typecast feel like that. Like Gary Coleman. He didn't like to say, what you talking about, Willis? He didn't like to say that. He said that when he was a little boy, a little baby, a little boy with them little cheeks and stuff. But he didn't like that as a grown-ass man, and it did not help that he was short. Who was another one? Jimmy Walker. I don't think he liked to say dynamite, right? I'm telling him all of these different sayings. Who else? You can think of a lot of actors, and they're like, that's a character, y'all. That's not, So, but for content creators and influencers, it's kind of like the same thing. They turn into a caricature of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's funny. But y'all do that. Not y'all, but y'all do that. Talking about say come on, bitch. And I'm like, come on, bitch. Like, that comes natural. That's not something that I just can say. Like, it's a flow. Like, I don't know. It's weird. But I can understand what she's talking about. Shout out to Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer used to get on my nerves, honey. Keke Palmer used to get on my nerves. Los Angeles County recommends return of indoor masking as C-19 cases are rising again. Y'all better mask up. Mask up. Kyrie Irving expected to return to the NBA this weekend following his recent suspension. Kyrie Irving is near the finish line of completing the process needed to rejoin the Brooklyn Nets. As previously reported, Kyrie Irving faced backlash for sharing a link to a film with his 4 million Twitter followers. The film is accused of spewing several Jewish stereotypes and anti-Semitic tropes. It's true. Although he received a negative response from fans, the championship basketball player initially defended his decision to share the post, claiming he respects all people and isn't here to be divisive. He probably didn't watch the whole thing. I think it's like a 3 hour documentary, and I think that it's poorly done as well, but I don't know. And then there's like it's still on Amazon. They say you can rent it on Amazon, $12. Yeah. So I don't think like I don't think that it should be on Amazon. Like he's sharing something, but I don't think he watched the whole thing. And if you did, I don't, because you cannot say I don't want it to be divisive and you post a link to a movie that it within the movie documentary it says that the Holocaust was not what it was. So after facing more serious repercussions, he did eventually offer an apology. However, he was still temporarily suspended from his team for promoting the film. According to sources, the All-Star guard could be returning to the Brooklyn Nets as soon as Sunday to play against the Memphis Grizzlies at the Barclays Center. He'll be missing his 8th consecutive game today, but is reportedly closing in on the end of his suspension after 2 weeks. Uh, okay, well, it is what it is, girl. Okay, let's see what else. Girl, we are not talking about Kanye. Let's see, it's a lot of stories. I already talked about Brashear Gray. We already talked about graduation, Tia Mowry's graduation. It says Young Dolph's organizations, founded by the late rapper, will spend the anniversary of his passing giving back to the community. Charities founded by slain rap star Young Dolph are making sure to honor him in death. And you know, that's another crazy part. That's another crazy part that just came to mind. So you have these guys, they come up in a particular culture and they live these kind of shadowy existence, and then they get to a place where they start giving back to their community. I'm thinking about Nipsey as well. I'm thinking about Young Dolph. I'm thinking about these guys that kind of try to come out of that, and then they are eliminated by the culture that raised them, right? And you would think that you would want those kind of figures in the midst of these kind of communities and cultures of this survival mode, where these guys who came out of that have some hope, and so they give back to their community, and then their community kills them. On the 1 year anniversary of Young Dolph's passing, two of the major rappers' organizations announced they would be spending the day servicing communities. As you may already know, Young Dolph Thornton Jr. was fatally shot inside Makita's homemade butter cookies in Memphis. Like, killed in a cookie store. Like those two things don't go together. And it's sad because you're trying to bring a different energy into a space where the people seem to be okay vibrating at that level. And so when you try to bring in another energy, it creates disharmony, because these guys also are in survival mode, operating from a place of lack. So what he has, I want, I'm jealous. They don't look at it as like, wait, how can I get with Young Dolph to help him change what's going on in our community? It's almost like, no, we don't want this here. We want to live in this low vibe. We want to reside here. This is where we want to live. That's what it seems like, because Nipsey, Young Dolph, all these dudes that are trying to do, even though they come from that element, they're trying to do good and bring a different energy into the space. and it's disharmony, and it's almost like they don't want it. They want to live in lack and survival and death and all of this shit. They want to live like that. They want to live like that. That's why people then people are criticized for saying, "Oh, I'm coming out of that element." And then they don't go back, and then they're ridiculed for going back. But then when they go back, the element doesn't want them there, and so they kill them. So then what do they do? What do they do? According to reports, Dolph's record label, Paper Route Empire and PRE, and the Ida Mae Foundation, founded in honor of his grandmother, service Memphis and Atlanta today, November 17th. Free haircuts, lunch, and winter kits with coats and blankets, socks, and gloves were distributed at the Hospitality Hub in Memphis and Atlanta. Free haircuts and dinner will be served. Following his death, both Tennessee and Georgia established November 17th as Dolph Day. Dolph, who was survived by his life partner, Mia J., and two young children, Trey and Aria Ella, was often determined to involve himself in philanthropy. The Chicago native hosted the annual Thanksgiving giveaways, which he regularly attended prior to his death, and continued by PRE after his fatal shooting. Dolph's longtime partner, Mia J., recently opened up about the struggle she faced ahead of the rapper's anniversary. The mother of two shared she and her children were hurting, writing in a social media post, I noticed what they're doing I notice what they're going through emotionally is unfair. They don't deserve it. We didn't deserve it. And it's like it's getting thicker and heavier the closer we get to the death anniversary. I get so mad. Why do we have to go through this? Why is this something my family has to endure? And that's true. It's really messed up. And that just came to me. It's like they're trying, you get these dudes that come from this element because they're all not wackadoo. There's always kind of that one in the group that's kind of the humanitarian. It really goes like that. The one that really cares, but he's in this element. And then he tries to bring that energy to his community, and his community kills him. That shit is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And it's like, what do you do? Because it seems like, what are you doing all this work for to change a community that doesn't want to be changed? Because when they get people who are on their level, like the guys who they used to be in community with, who have gone on and been able to, by rapping or whatever, been able to acquire some wealth, and they're trying to put it back, and then y'all kill them? Like, that shit is crazy. It's almost like, okay, you don't want it. But then you get upset when the people don't come back. Y'all need to come back to your communities. For what? These niggas don't want that. They like that. It seems like they like that. That's what it seems like to me. Let's see, y'all. Oh, okay, let me see. Okay, we have just a little bit of time left. Okay, let's see. That was the Jasmine brand. Let's go to um Hollywood Unlocked. Was already on there. Did you see the other did you see the other mascot for Mucinex? R. Kelly's longtime manager, Donald Russell, was sentenced to 20 months in prison on Thursday for stalking one of the victims who had accused the singer of SA. Per the Department of Justice, Donnell had faced several charges, including interstate stalking and harassment via emails, phone calls, and text message in an effort to get her to withdraw her statements against the Step in the Name of Love hitmaker. Look at this look at this glob of mucus. Let me hold on. Let me do it like this so you can see it real good. I want y'all to see it. Look at this glob of mucus. Look at him. He looked like he's stuffed up. Stuffed up. Look like his esophagus is lined with mucus. Dirty dog. Everybody connected, every single person down. All of y'all need to be taken down. Everybody. And the parents who I didn't know. I couldn't tell. I just oblivious, girl. You can't be that blinded. You can't be that blinded, okay? What else is going on? Saweetie seemingly addresses. Okay, we already talked about Saweetie. Oh, honey, hundreds of Twitter employees quit after Elon Musk's extremely hardcore work ultimatum. As the deadline approached for Twitter employees to respond to Elon Musk's ultimatum to commit to working in an extremely hardcore fashion at the company or leave, some employees appeared to publicly indicate they had chosen the latter option. Yeah, no one, literally, it's 2022, no one is interested in working in extremely hardcore environments. That's not the vibe. And what's even better is that people are not feeling that they need to stay attached to something that is extremely hardcore for fear of not having a job. People are like, okay, you want to make this into an extremely hardcore place? No, thank you. I would rather leave. So apparently, he told them that he wants them to work in an extremely hardcore fashion or take a severance. And they said about 75% of the employees took the severance. Nobody is interested in working in an extremely hardcore environment. No one. No one. And what needs to be extremely hardcore about Twitter? Like, what are you trying to do? It seemed to be functioning fine with the exception of a few kind of holes where people were able to like promote hate speech in the space, right? That is the kind of that was where the community of Twitter was not interested in people, no matter what, promoting hate speech against any protected group of people. But that to me was like one of the major flaws in Twitter. But there's a lot of things happening. One Twitter employee said in a tweet that deciding to join the company was one of the easiest decisions he ever made. Deciding to leave today was 100% the opposite. They don't want to work in hardcore conditions. Nobody want to work like that. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. A projection calling Elon Musk a space Karen and other things is being displayed outside of Twitter's headquarters. Girl says Elon Musk, cruel hoarder, space Karen, mediocre man child, pressurized privilege, petty racist, megalomaniac, worthless billionaire, bankruptcy baby, supreme parasite, petulant pimple, apartheid profiteer, baby, I think it said dictator, girl. I know that's right. And you don't even know, and guess what? You don't even know how to take it down. And the person who knows how to take it down is walking down the street about to get in their Uber and go home with their severance. Girl, he really messed up. He really messed up. And it's like you really didn't have to go in there and do all of that. You didn't. You didn't. You could have taken it over and kept the people in place, but whatever. Crazy. Supreme parasite, petulant pimple, apartheid profiteer. They ain't told one lie. Somebody said, let me get my dictionary. Girl, why? What? What do you mean, let me get my dictionary? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got a bigger problems. Okay, let's see what else. Girl, what is going on? All right, let's see. Boosie reacts to Donald Trump calling on lawmakers to mandate the death penalty for drug dealers. Are you going to have the death penalty for white cops who kill innocent black men? Girl. Death penalty for drug dealers, WTF, is you go Girl, I'm gonna read it exactly how he says it. Death penalty for drug dealers, WTF, at POTUS45. Is you go have death penalty for white cops who kill innocent black men? Not black people, just black men. That's all he cares about. That's all he cares about. And it's like, they love it there. They love it there. That's why I'm saying you can't even try to be like, okay, let's, no. Let them, let them, let them, let them, honey. Okay, I gotta go now. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.